What is up, guys? Cole Townsend here, and in today's video we got some new parts for the M3 right here. I don't know if you guys remember, but in my video a few weeks ago when I was doing drift prep on the M3, I couldn't get it to align right in the rear, and so I have these, which are poly bushings for the rear, and they're in the freezer right now because it makes the bushings shrink a little bit. So I have those to throw in the rear trailing arms, which should help me get some toe in the rear, because at this last event I couldn't get any forward grip because I didn't have enough toe in. So hopefully this will give me enough toe in to be able to lose other cars when I'm in drift, because the competition for grassroots is coming up on May 5th and it's April 19th right now. So we gotta hurry up, get these bushings in the car, and make sure everything's ready to go for that competition. We got the car jacked up. Now we're gonna go ahead, take the breaker bar, get the wheels off, and get the wheels off the front too, because we are putting these back on, which are my daily tires, not my drift spares that are on the front. I took these off because, as you guys can see, like right here, they're almost a cord. As you can kind of see the cord there, because they're camber weared so bad. These were on there for like 3,000 miles, and that kind of sucks that they camber weared that fast, because they're bald here, and then over here they have like tons and tons of tread. So I'm running 6 degrees of camber in the front and 3/8 inches of toe out, which is a lot, but it's a drift alignment. It's like what you want to have for drifting to make the car feel right. Okay, let's go ahead, take the wheels off the car, and then drop the trailing arms down, and we'll keep those bushings out of there and get the new bushings pushed in. Okay guys, so now that you got all your wheels off the car, you're gonna go ahead, come on under the car, and take off these 3 bolts right here, which will drop this whole control arm down, and then you can unbolt it from that assembly. And these bolts are 18mm, these 3, right there. So we're gonna go ahead and take those out, drop the control arm down, undo that. And it looks like we have brake lines attached over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo those so they don't get stretched out when we drop this. So right now we are going to go ahead and take this bolt out that holds the arm into that little carrier that holds into the body. And I just stuck this wrench in here, and look how much play this thing has. Like, that stock bushing, there's so much play in it. The ride quality is going to be like so much worse probably just from this like one bushing being poly. It's so much harder. But it's good because we'll have more grip, and grip is a good thing. So let's go ahead, undo this. It is super tight on there, and I actually might throw some like lubricant on the threads just to make sure I don't break that bolt or stress it, and then we'll get this off and figure out how to get that bushing out so we can get the new one in. That's some bad news. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point because we're replacing this bushing, but probably the reason it has so much slop is, you look at that, how it's torn. That's gonna be a little bit more of a pain to get out, but I got this giant threaded rod here that I found in the garage. We're gonna go ahead, and it's a little bit too big, so we're gonna have to hit it through. And then we have some washers put on this side, and hopefully that will pull this out. Then we have to put something on here that'll push against here so that it pulls the bushing out. And I'm gonna go ahead and heat it up with a torch too. And hopefully the combination of all that stuff will help us get this bushing out pretty easily, so I don't have to like catch it on fire and like hit it with a hammer and a bunch of other stuff. So let's hope that this goes well. So guys, sometimes you have to make custom tooling. So I'm going to go ahead and make a notch out of this thing right here and cut the bottom off it. And that'll allow me to push the bearing out using that rod that I have over there. And hopefully it'll be thick enough to not bend, but we'll see. I think it's like 3/16. This is a big old pipe. Like, this is like 2.5 inch or 3 inch. Big boy. So we're going to go ahead, cut that, and hopefully it'll work. We just finished making our custom part here. It's going to help us take off this bushing. Goes like that, and we'll screw this little nut on here, and that should pull the bushing out, and hopefully this will work. If not, it'll probably, next clip the bushing is going to be out, so whether you see it or not. Okay guys, here is the bushings. I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at that one and look at that one. And this one has a bigger lip on it. So It's gonna push the arm in more. I got the other bushing out, and I froze these, so they should go in pretty easily. Because when you freeze something, it makes it a little bit smaller. Oh yeah, almost just slid in. Okay guys, that was a real struggle and a half trying to get that in, but we got the bushing all in there. Now we put these plates over this, put it in that, and we are good to go. And this side is done, and then we'll do the other side, then we'll do the alignment, because this will throw the alignment off, so we're gonna have to fix that after this. So as you guys can see and probably tell by my wet hair, it is now the next day. I kind of just was like bored last night, so I went to bed, because getting bushings, that's not fun. It probably took me an hour on the first bushing. I'm assuming this one's probably gonna take me half an hour, if I can do everything really quick. So we're gonna go ahead and get to work, get that bushing out of there, and get the new one in. I had to use a Sawzall yesterday to get the old bushing out. I saw it on another YouTube channel a while ago, and it worked a lot better than my press idea. I just cut a hole through the thing, just make sure you don't hit where the bushing actually sits in the arm, and then you just hit it out with a hammer, and it comes out super easily. So let's go ahead, get this side done. Okay guys, so I just finished getting the second bushing in the car. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw the wheels back on, get it on the ground, and see how it sits with the toe. Make sure the toe's all good, and then we'll go slide it, and hopefully it feels better. Because it should feel a lot stiffer in the rear and a lot more predictable, because the arms won't be flexing so much. So I never realized how much like that joint had, how much play that joint had. I'm sorry guys, I'm so tired. But let's get the wheels on, throw this car on the ground, and go test it out. Sorry I didn't show you guys how to align the car. I'm sure you guys can figure it out yourselves. It's different on every car. But I got it zeroed out and everything. So the toe is zeroed out, the camber is zeroed out. It's gonna grip up well, I hope. That's the least amount of toe I can run without with having zero camber. So it's kind of a trade-off between having the most amount of tread on the ground and having it towed in, so you get more forward traction. And I don't know what's the best setup yet for the most forward traction, but I'm hoping this works. I hope I get a little bit more forward traction. That way, when I'm in drift, I have more forward grip. Because right now I'm just ice skating everywhere. I mean, I'm not ice skating. There's like a lot of cars out there that are in camber, and a lot of like just like zeroed out toe on cars that don't toe in when they compress, but BMWs toe in when they compress. So hopefully this will just make everything go better. I'll be able to like dive in on cars, and if I get like a little bit off at the start of my lap, I'll be able to catch up. Because I really want to do good at this first grassroots event. I know that there's going to be cars with a lot more horsepower than me that should just be in Pro-Am. But not everyone can afford Pro-Am, I understand that, so I'm not going to like complain about it. But this car, once it's boosted, I'll be one of those in grassroots, so can't complain now because I'm going to do it later. And yeah, just going to go out there and have fun. We got 2 weeks till the event. We still need to put the fire extinguisher quick release in, which is this thing. Would be cool. And then I have another one of these on the way too. You have to have 2 fire extinguishers in your car for some reason. I don't know why you can't just have 1, but that's fine. Safety, I guess. And I think that's all we have to do. And we're gonna try and put door bars in before the event, but I don't know if we're gonna have time to do that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And peace out.
Cheated death this whole time.
I'm gonna do a big send this time.
I have not yet to hit something.
swing everywhere.